the woman found her husband's body floating in the swimming pool. Frightened, she jumped in and tried to pull him out, but it was already too late. Yet she didn't feel any sadness at all. Instead, she hid in the bathroom quietly, thanking fate for taking him away. After all these years, her wish had finally come true, but she didn't expect it was only a sweet dream. The old man at home was still alive and well. At that moment, Daniai's mood turned sour. Her husband asked what happy dream she had been having, since she had been laughing so hard in her sleep. She explained she dreamed of winning the lottery, but it was only daydreaming. Then she asked what he wanted for dinner. He said anything would be fine. Suddenly the doorbell rang. Hearing the sound, Daniai quickly went to open the door. It turned out to be the man she couldn't stop thinking about, her stepson. He came over this time bringing her skincare products. The expensive gifts instantly lifted her spirits. She never imagined he would be so generous toward her. Half joking, she said that years ago she would have rewarded him with a kiss. Unexpectedly, her stepson leaned his face closer. Her heart fluttered as she almost leaned in too. But that kiss existed only in her imagination. After all, she was his stepmother and had to stay proper. Still, to make him visit more often, she always prepared delicious meals whenever he came. Seeing the skincare products he brought, Daniai felt he must truly care about their bond. Otherwise, he wouldn't give her such expensive gifts. Feeling pleased, she suggested going to a movie with her husband, saying it had been a long time since they had a date night. So the older couple went to the theater in the mall. Watching young people eat popcorn and drink soda made them smile. They followed suit and did the same, choosing a light-hearted comedy to enjoy together. Leaning against each other, they looked blissfully happy. But just as they laughed at a funny scene, her husband suddenly felt a sharp pain in his chest. He was having a heart attack. Unable to speak, he clutched his chest in agony, then grabbed his wife's arm, desperately seeking help. But Daniai just glanced at him coldly, and calmly kept her eyes on the screen. At that moment, he finally saw her true colors. All their supposed affection had only been an act. Unable to speak, he could only wait for the end, until he quietly stopped breathing. When she saw him motionless beside her, Daniai shed tears of twisted relief. Her long-awaited dream had finally come true. She no longer had to serve the old man she despised. Once she confirmed he was gone, she began her performance, running frantically to the front desk calling for help. But by the time help arrived, it was too late and the man was declared dead at the hospital. Outwardly, Daniai played the grieving widow perfectly. When her stepson and his wife arrived at the hospital, she collapsed into his arms, sobbing uncontrollably. Finding comfort in the strength of his embrace, her daughter-in-law found the gesture odd, but still pitied her for losing her husband. The next day, the family held a funeral for the old man, but Daniai's act didn't stop there. She pretended to be devastated, refusing food or drink, even needing 4 drips to look frail and weak, claiming she couldn't bear the pain of losing him. Her daughter-in-law watched with sympathy and worry, not knowing how to comfort her at all. Yet whenever someone was around, Daniai appeared grief-stricken, but once alone she returned to her calm self, admiring her reflection and her convincing performance, feeling quite proud of her acting skills these days. When someone entered the room, she quickly changed her expression. Her stepson worried she might collapse from exhaustion, so after the funeral he took her home to rest. But once there, Daniai continued her charade, leaning weakly against her stepson, feeling the warmth of his chest. The closeness shocked her daughter-in-law, fearing she might faint again. Both of them helped her carefully into the house, but as soon as they entered, she threw herself into his arms again, crying that she didn't know how to live without her husband. Her daughter-in-law pitied her deeply, and offered to stay the night to take care of her, but Daniai only wanted her stepson to stay. Too embarrassed to say it, she sent them both away. Later that night, she finally dropped her act. She glared at her husband's photo, then opened the